Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to my Flosstube, Flosstube number 5. My name is Michał, aka Michael, and this is my Flosstube. This is my Flosstube channel. And welcome. I haven't seen you in 2 weeks. How you've been? How's life? How are you guys doing? I have a list. this time, I have a list of things that I want to talk about today, and yeah, let's get cracking. First of all, I would like to thank you for over 300 subscribers. I still cannot believe that I'm getting so many subscribers for just talking to my phone and showing what I do and showing my progress on my cross stitch. This is something unreal to me. And sorry, I just came out of the shower because it's after 10 o'clock in the evening. Uh, yeah, so I'm very, very grateful for that. And I never thought that I'll get past 10 subscribers or 20 subscribers, or that anyone will be interested in my videos and showing off my work. I know I keep repeating myself and just telling this over and over again, but yeah, but you don't even know how grateful I am for having you guys and for you guys watching my videos. This is something new for me, but because if you know me personally, I am a shy person and an introvert, and I don't usually get any attention. If I'm speaking, within a crowd, I usually get talked over, or people change the subject very fast. So I'm just being left out, and yeah, so I'm very, very grateful and thankful that you guys are here. And surprisingly, majority of you guys watching me, I checked the statistics on my channel is from United States, which is quite surprising. Maybe I think that's like with Flosstube videos just I think originated there and just live there, and this is like the origin place. But hello to my friends from the United States. And yeah, so I recently made an upgrade. I kind of pulled the trigger and got normal tripod that I put my phone on. So hopefully the angles will be a little bit better this time, and I am able to fit in the frame properly. I'm still working on my lighting, because I'm just using my cross stitch light, which is very powerful natural light source, but it's kind of putting a glare on my glasses and just shooting straight into my eyes. So it's just quite difficult still to film that, because I feel like I'm not lit enough. So if all things go well, that will be probably my another upgrade. Uh, the thing is about using my phone as a camera, I cannot see myself properly, so I have to put a mirror behind my phone just to see what's going on the screen. And previously everything was stacked on like a bunch of boxes and books and whatnot, and now thanks to the tripod I a little bit eliminated that, but still my mirror is set it up like that. So on the bunch of boxes and books. So this is quite ridiculous, and this is very much a hazard. You can just fall over easily if I kick my coffee table here. So yeah, next thing I would like to talk about Noah. You probably know him, and you probably knew him much longer than I. He's Noah Stitches on YouTube, on the Flosstube, and he's Noah Dot Stitches on Instagram. He recently took a break from Instagram, from Instagram. He recently took a break from Flosstube, and probably his next video will not come up in 2 weeks period of time, because he has a lot of things to do and he'll be very, very busy. So I just wanted to shout him out. Yeah, I think that's what I mean. And check on him and ask him how he's doing, because he's probably very stressed. I think he's having his final exams to be a teacher. So fingers crossed, everything will go well, and we'll see each other in maybe 3 weeks or 4 weeks. We'll see, and he will be all happy and relieved that everything is finished and he passed his exams. I'm hoping that that will happen. He'll probably post something on his Instagram about that, but I'm really hope that everything will go well for him, because he has been trying so hard to become a teacher, and teacher job is not appreciated enough. um, they are caring about children, and they are setting them up for a future, for hopefully a win, not a fail. But sometimes teacher can make or break your life, and they can kill your ambitions, but they can extinguish the ambitions with like a flame extinguisher, or you know put out more logs to and twigs to rise up the flames of your passion and of your ambitions. So hopefully, from the Flosstube that he's been presenting and videos I've been making, I know that he'll be a great teacher, because his presentation is very nice. He is very funny and presenting things in a good manner, and I hope that everything goes well for him. Right, let's get into the video. And one more thing, I got this little clicker thingy that it came with a tripod. Actually, I was very surprised that they included that, so you don't see me reaching out to the phone, just stopping the video. So no more reaching out over. So yeah, I've upgraded a little bit, so yeah, I'm really happy about it. It works. I started the video with that, and I tested it out before I started, so yeah, everything should go well. So one person mentioned that there was like a sound distortion sometimes on my videos, and I think it is because I received some notifications during filming my Flosstube. So now I decided to go on the airplane mode, so that should be hopefully fixed. Fingers crossed again. Because I want my videos to be uh, a good quality, so you just exactly enjoy watching them and get something from them, out of them. So I prefer making a little bit longer videos, so people can actually, for intention, because I want to first of all, I want to speak a little bit more in English and have a little like chat with you, kind of imaginative chat, and present my things, and show you guys what I'm doing. And also, the second reason behind it, because the longer video means that you can actually, take out a project and stitch along with my, with my video, and do something productive while looking at my video. So I wouldn't feel like super comfortable like presenting like a 10-minute video, because I feel like I'm not as interesting type of person for someone to focus directly on me. I would rather have someone just focus on their cross stitch, or quilting, or crocheting, or diamond painting, or whatever floats your boat, and just listen to me if you really want to. I hope you want to, because I passed 300 subscribers, so maybe someone wants to listen to me. I don't even know where I'm going with that, so I hope you had a wonderful 2 weeks. I've been quite busy with work, because of one of our major nurses in my workplace. We were short on phlebotomy staff, so I had to replace that person. And through last week, I've been just taking bloods from patients each day. Through Monday to Friday in the morning, I've been just taking bloods from 8:30 till 1:30. I didn't had enough time For myself, I was rushing everywhere. I was just racing to the toilet if I had to, and if some patients will turn up a little bit earlier, I try to get them as soon as possible so I have that window to go to the toilet. It was quite crazy, and thankfully she is coming back on Monday, so I've already checked tomorrow's schedule, and I'm set it up as a translator for one of the doctors, so it'll be much more enjoyable experience for me. Not that I don't like taking bloods from patients, but it's quite busy, and it's good to do that from time to time, but I would not like to do that every single day. Maybe if the appointment slots were a little bit longer, so I had more time to prepare myself to. Because I'll be honest with you guys, I don't have enough time to even clean the chair after the patient properly. COVID and all that situation. So I'm rushing with everything as quickly as I can, and I still don't have enough time. So yeah, it's not ideal situation. So I'm glad that it's over. I digressed a lot. Let's go into the cross stitch, and starting off, I will not show you any cross stitch. No, I'm just joking. First item is not a cross stitch; it's just a crochet. So as you know, I am working on my blanket. And I was supposed to look up some acronyms for crocheting, but I totally didn't. I'm very sorry for people that are into crocheting, but I will be just talking vaguely, that's what I wanted to say, vaguely about that craft, because I'm not as, I don't know a lot about it, but I'm still continuing with my blanket. And this is how it looks. It is a long, long boy. It's over a meter long for now at the time. So I have to stand up for that. It's for you to see, and just I'll just tip over my. Can you see it? Yeah, I think you can see. So as you see over here, on the bottom, very bottom. Let me just pull that up. I cannot see my camera. Ew, it's so difficult. So this was started with only one row of colors, and when I finished like one cycle of the pattern, before it repeats, I thought I don't really like it. I don't really like this color scheme, and I want to do something about it. I didn't want to change the color pattern, dramatically, and what I did, I just doubled up the colors. So this if you can see a little further in the design, it's just doubled up with thickness of each color. So I doubled up the rows, and sorry for the crackles, I'm just kicking out the pillow out of my way. And yeah, so, and I'm starting the third not cycle, I called it something fancier. Let's just call it first cycle of my pattern, third cycle of my pattern, and I will go even further beyond and add another row of colors. So it will just for each cycle each color will get wider and wider, and I will probably finish that with each color having 4 rows, but I don't know if I have enough yarn for that. So I will probably do something like that to start off with 1 row of colors, then 2 row of colors, 3 row of colors, and then finish it off with 1 row of colors. So I wanted to just switch it a little bit and make an interesting pattern while using the same colors over and over. And yeah, it is actually if I put it down on my lap, it goes a little bit over my knees and just all the way to the ground. So I'm really, really happy how this is turning out. And yeah, I never crochet in my life. Like previously, I tried it a little bit when I was like 10 or 12, but it didn't work out. But working with that chunky yarn is just I don't know, maybe because it's bigger and it's easier for me to grasp and get a hold of it. But it kind of works for me, you know, and now I just cannot wait to finish it and have a blanket of my own that I made with my hands. This is just so happy. It just makes me feel so happy. And yeah, it's really really big. It's like over 2 meters wide. So I think if I when I finish it, it will be like a almost a perfect square. And yeah, I'm just very happy with it, how it's turning out, and I'll just keep working on it and let you know about the progress. So about the blanket, I actually treated like I call it like a slip-in project, because in my workplace, for example, I've got 2 hours of lunch break, which is crazy. And because I live only 15 minutes away from my workplace, I usually come in here to reheat my food or even cook my food and eat. So usually when I reheat my food, it just takes me like maybe 15 minutes and another 15 to 20 minutes to eat. So I have all that time to myself, and I don't have enough time to whip out some cross stitch, because you have to prep a little bit. You get put everything in hoop and clean your hands with through and through with soap, and it requires a little bit more preparation, and I just don't want to rush it and make a mistake because I don't have enough time to properly sit and focus on it. So this is like, oh, what can I do? I have those few minutes. I can just I'm already watching something on YouTube, right? So let me just whip out my crochet. It's next to me. I can just put it on my lap and just start working on it mindlessly, because it's just repeating the pattern over and over. So that just works for me beautifully, and I really like how it's coming, together. And yeah, it just makes me happy. Seeing progress on this really makes me happy, because I know that this is something that I will use, especially in the winter, because I'm the person in the relation. If you break down my relationship with my partner, I'm the one that likes really scalding hot showers. Because in every relationship, I think you can divide people by shower. You can say this person likes. You can specify this person likes very hot showers and warm showers. This person doesn't really like that. That's why showering together is kind of balancing and finding this midpoint of water temperature. I'm just talking about showers. Okay. Okay. Next thing I want to talk about is frogs. Yeah, I haven't been working a lot on them since my last update. I'm sorry, I didn't have a lot of time, and I was focusing on something else. So I'll show you where have I been last time when I showed the project. So this is how much I've done 2 weeks ago. Sorry for the glare. So yeah, remember my needle minder from Lakeside Needlecraft? As I thought, it's not so hard. Oh, sorry, I have to tilt it like that because it's just glare is coming on the screen. So yeah, I did that. I started the frog here, but I started with this green frog. I went down to start the other frog, but I felt like no, I want to go across the fabric, and I've completely finished the red frog here. So just set it up here. Now let's just put it down here. Okay, so let me show you the progress. This time I've got the board with me. Yeah, this time I've got the board. Let me just set it up. I use a hoop. This is stitched on 32 count even weave, and and the color of the even weave is woodland. It's lakeside lakeside needle lakeside needlecraft exclusive fabric, so it's their own kind of brand, if you say, their own design. So this is how much I did. Okay, so I started with the blue frog, just below the red one, and I did like a half of it already. So yeah, it's slowly coming together, and I really like how this looks. Little frog here, and it's coming along beautifully. And I was kind of skeptical, to be fair, at the beginning. I was a little bit against using hoops, but actually using one, I think it just works for me. And saying that, it just makes me wonder, oh, maybe I should try with the Q snaps. Maybe that will be even better experience. But I haven't pulled the trigger yet. I know they are not expensive or anything like that. I don't know. I didn't pull the trigger yet. So I really like this project because the colors that the frogs have, they're very vivid and very saturated. I know I'm just repeating myself saying that, but yeah, I really do. I really do like this project. It's just I will probably work on it a little bit more in those upcoming 2 weeks. So these are all the threads bobinated, so I can just literally grab it and take it with me. So I can even I actually stitch on it today when I was returning from my partner's house. And yeah, I just whip out it and in a train. I was fortunate enough to get a seat with a table, so I had plenty of room. I opened my little binder thing. It's on the floor, so it's like a black file. So it was on a clean surface. I could stitch on it, and I didn't do a lot because it's just like a 1 hour ride. But yeah, I enjoyed it. And speaking of the bobinated threads and items that this box contain, I recently bought something, and I hope that it will work for me, but I wish it was bigger, because I bought those cable management thingies. They're magnetic, so I was hoping that they will secure my fabric very well and keep it from unrolling. And they work pretty well, but I wish the loop was a little bit bigger to grasp a little bit more of the fabric, because if you have a lot of it rolled up, it's hard for me to get hold of it with this, and sometimes these magnets just come off because they are not like super strong. So maybe I should just double up with those and just put like 2 or 3 on like each side of the rolled up fabric. That might help. But I really do like the concept of using that, because they are magnetic and it's easy to put them on. They don't damage the fabric. And yeah, I just wish they were like a little bit bigger. And that's my only complaint. But otherwise, for something like linen or even weave, they are perfect. But for Ada, I don't think so. They are too weak to hold Ada. Ada is quite stiff, isn't it? So I yet to find a good solution for Ada, but I kinda did, because my partner gave me some clips. He was, during the quarantine when you have to cut your own hair, he bought them thinking that they will be good for cutting hair and just holding it together and just sectioning it. To be fair, he did cut his own hair, and it surprisingly wasn't bad. I was surprised. He did it himself, and it looked okay. I was just amazed. I almost gave him like scissors and asked him to do my hair, but to be honest, they're opening the shops on Monday, so I hope to get a haircut from a professional because there's no point of me getting a haircut from him this week. I was like, I kind of want a haircut, but you know, they're opening shops on Monday. Maybe I'll make an appointment. You know, so I didn't let them. I didn't let him near my hair. So I got those little clips. They're supposed to hold your hair, but they keep Ada quite secure. If you roll the Ada and put it like from the side and hold it flat, it works really well. So it goes hand in hand with my other project that I will I'll go show you in a second. Let me just put the frogs aside. Frogs go down there. Yeah, let's. Oh, you know, you should go here. Oh, yeah. So I made an oopsie. If you follow my Instagram, you probably already know about this. So, you remember my fox that I finished and I was super salty about the stains that my pen, that completely dissolvable pen left on my fabric, and I was just very pet peeved about it and very angry and anxious and mad. So, I did this. Did I just ruin my whole project? I do not know. And I will not know in some time because I will leave that on for 3 months. Like approximately 3 months. Or maybe 2 or maybe 1. I'm not sure. So for those guys that don't follow my Instagram, I was very mad that my dissolvable pen left grid marks that are very visible. You cannot see it on the camera, but trust me, they're very visible in person. And so I tried different things that people suggested: vinegar, oxy action powder, dish soap, perfume, even alcohol. It didn't came off. It just didn't came off. It was still there, very visible, like a day. So I took the same pen that did the damage, opened it up, cut through it, spilled out the ink into like a container and splashed it with a paintbrush on the canvas to mask, in hope that it will mask the grid after I wash this. So we yet to find out if that actually works, but just after I did that, I just figured out, oh, I could paint like leaves or something this themed on the canvas instead of just abstract blobs and lines, but I guess it's too late. So this is how it looks at the moment. I hope I didn't ruin my project completely and it's salvageable, but we'll not find out until like 2 months of, into that, because I don't know how long it takes for this stain to develop, and I gridded that fabric about 3 months ago, so I think I should keep it for about the same amount of time, so the stains will look even, but I don't know, we will see, we'll have a look. I will keep you guys updated when I will wash this, and hopefully we will celebrate a victory, or if not, I'll just, I don't know what I will do, but I don't think there was any other option for me to deal with this, because I know I told you guys I'll probably wait to give it for a professional cleaning, but I kind of made that decision, and if I don't know if I'll regret it or not, we'll see. So, did I permanently ruin my project? I have no idea. I, I do not know. We'll see. So, this is the fox. I'm kind of scared now. To be fair, I'm kind of scared now. It took me 3 months to finish this. I'm kind of scared now to wash it and see how it looks. But you know, things happen, and this is what you have to deal with. This is no, this is what I have to deal with. You're fine. So learn from my mistakes, because I tested the pen on this fabric, and after like 5 minutes or 10 or an hour, it washed off completely. So I don't know what happened. Did it took 1 month or 2 months, and it just stained the fabric, and I'm still salty about it. Okay, 30 minutes in. Okay, so we have a new start. Finally starting with the Ravenclaw. With this Ravenclaw crest. It's a floral crest of Ravenclaw. There you have it. And I found it on Etsy. Pretty much all of my patterns come from Etsy because this is like a mine of beautiful projects, beautiful patterns, that finally something that I really, really want to stitch. And I'm really, really waiting in anticipation to see how this will look like fully stitched. So I am stitching that on linen. It's 35 count Floba linen. I've rechecked my orders, and this is actually called Floba linen. To be fair, I would just call it oatmeal linen because it looks like oatmeal linen, but never mind. It's not that important. So for the first time in my life, I didn't grit the fabric. I'm just stitching it as I go. I just started off on the top left corner, just to and gave myself enough space and room for like a border and extra fabric. So this is where we are at. So I'm starting with the wings, as you can see, and that's quite a bit actually. I started like 2 weeks ago, and I just was focusing on it solely for my own entertainment because it has only 7 colors and it's very easy to follow. So that's why I decided, I don't want to bother with grading this since it has only 7 colors. I saw people stitching things without grading, like big huge projects, without even using a grid, which is crazy to me. I usually want to see how much fabric I've got, how much project will take, how much space my project will take, all those things I really like to know before I start the project, so I can place it a little bit better on the fabric without having to cut off, like, for example, like 1 inch out of the end, or 2 centimeters, 2.5 centimeters actually, if you are not from US. Out of the side of the project to have it even. So I don't know. Actually, I did like doing that because gridding the fabric, it takes ages, especially with the silky thread that my frogs are threaded through and gridded with. So it takes quite a bit of time to get that done. I think I spent 3 days on it. The reason behind it that it took me so long because I was focusing on it so much that it gave me like throbbing headache in the back of my head. So I had to take a frequent breaks and do one line per 10 minutes, just do something else in between and come back to it and just do another line. It was a lot of counting, so that's for sure. So it kind of stressed me out just to have it done evenly, and I still messed up a little bit. But it doesn't really matter. It stitches. Uh, it works when it's done. It works really, really well. And if I will have to grid anything, I'll probably use that method. Although I don't like it, but it is so convenient after it's done, and it's very visible, and it's almost never in the way. So if you are wondering, if you are thinking about gridding your project and you don't know which method would suit you, if that's pros outweigh cons in my opinion, because that's a fact. It took me a long time to grid it, but I will be stitching on it far longer, and I will have that project for for months until I finish it. So it's just a fraction of my time to grid that, and in the end, if I won't make a single mistake on it, thanks to gridding, because gridding has helped me in the past a lot of times, and it just fixed a lot of issues that I had with placing my stitches, and it helps me with counting tremendously. If I wouldn't grid my fabrics, like more complicated fabrics than this little Ravenclaw crest, I would probably make so many mistakes, and the project would not look like like it's supposed to. So yeah, that is my Ravenclaw little crest. Let's just put it aside. Oh. This is how the frogs, I forgot, I put it on the very bottom, so this is how the frogs will look like when they're fully stitched. And there's a bunch of frogs, and I really love how it's coming together with this green fabric. It reminds me of rainforest, so it thematically goes well together. So, and I wanted just to tell you guys that we've got another new start. I was talking about it for quite a bit, and I finally did it. No, I thought I will not have to get up this Flosstube, but I have to, because this thing is goes hand in hand with the project. Oh, sorry for the creaking of the plastic bags. Where is it? Oh, it's here. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm back. You miss me? So yeah, this is my old phone, and I finally it's an Android phone. You know where I'm going with this? Yeah, that's right. I finally bought a pattern keeper. So the first project that I wanted to stitch with the pattern keeper is my own drafted project. I had some troubles putting it together, because if you are using pattern keeper, you know how it works. You have to put this little blue grid on it, and to match the grid that you have on the pattern. And I messed up a few times, and it didn't come together nicely, but finally I did it. And it's so helpful, and it gives you statistics and how many stitches are you in, and how much percentage of things that you've been doing. So as you probably know, I self-drafted the project, and it is, sorry, I bumped the camera. Sorry, I didn't mean to. These are otters, bobbinated and ready to roll. It's 110 colors. 2 or 3 colors are with the frogs, and one of the colors it's with Ravenclaw. Anyway, this is the Ravenclaw. So one of the colors that I need is here. But whenever I'm stitching the others, I have both boxes, all 3 boxes with me. So it is not an issue to pick up the thread from the other from my previous projects and just use it. So this didn't exist 2 weeks ago. I just don't have space around me, sorry. So I'm stitching this on 20 count, 20, is it 20 or 22 count? Maybe 25 count? I don't remember. I think it is 25 count. No, it's 20 count. I'm pretty sure it's 20 count. Don't kill me. It's 20 count. It's 20 easy count Ada. And I talked about it a little bit in the past, and why did I choose this Ada? It's mainly because it's already pre-gridded. Also, I choose Ada because it is cheaper. For the amount of fabric you get, it's cheaper, and this fabric doesn't really count when it comes to full coverage, because this project will be full coverage, and it doesn't really matter if it's Ada because it won't be shown. Due to full coverage part of it, it won't be, the fabric will not show through the piece. So I'm really fine with stitching it on Ada, and I don't really mind it at all. So the Ada is quite a stiff fabric, as you guys know. So this is my whip. As you can see, it has bobbinated. I'm parking all my threads, so I'm very sorry, because but there'll be a bobbin in the way. So as you can see, this is as much as I got. It's not a lot. It's 400 stitches. It's just 4 blocks of stitching done, and this is how the project will be. This is how big the project will be. It's crazy, isn't it? So the project is very complicated. I didn't know that it will be so complicated, but it just blows my mind how complicated it is, and it takes me much longer to stitch this. So thankfully Pattern Keeper just helps me with this. So I can show you how much have I done. Let's just open up the Pattern Keeper. So this is the project. It's just, you cannot see it here. I should have a photo. Sorry, I have to get up again. Ooh, whoop. Okay, let's just find it. So as I said, this is self-drafted. This is how it will look like. And I'm in this little corner over here. So not a lot has been done, but it has been started. I really cannot wait to get to the other part, because it will take me really long time to finish this. Solely because this is all confetti. This is just confetti. And it's crazy, and there's almost none solid blocks of color, and it will take me ages to finish that, but I cannot wait to stitch this. The reason behind I didn't stitch a lot, it's because I didn't have time for it. I just have to be in right mindset to stitch on it and have... Sorry, my other phone just went off. Let me just tone it down. Tone it down, ringtone. Just go away. Just go away, I don't need you. I do not need you. Thank you. Mute. Thank you. Bye. Right. I'm very sorry. That doesn't happen often. So yeah, where was I? Okay, all right. I need to be in right mindset to stitch on it, and I have to have a lot of free time to do that, because I don't want to stop stitching something like like this in the middle of 10 by 10 block, because it just sets me off. It just, I don't want to stop in the middle because I feel like I haven't done any progress. I know each stage contributes to the project and it just makes it, um, you know, that you do progress on it. So at the moment, let me have a look. Let me have a look at the statistics right here. So I did 400 stitches, and this piece have 108,400 stitches on it, so it is a lot. And current percentage is 0.37%. It's done. So not even 1% has been made, which just blows my mind, and it just shows how big of a project that behemoth is. But I just cannot wait. I just cannot wait to have this stitched and hanged on the wall with like nice. I'm gonna go full in with this. I'm gonna buy a fancy frame with like a cardboard, cut out in the middle, in the center. I think it's called passe-partout from French, and like nice, chiseled, sculptured frame to go with it, because it'll be a heirloom to pass down the generations, I think, because it's just sheer amount of work that I will have to put into it, sheer amount of hours, just crazy, and I hope it will look beautiful. I really hope, because I did my best making this pattern, putting this pattern together, finding the correct picture, just printing a few, test samples, then test, draft test projects of this pattern, to see if this amount of colors will work better, or this method of confetti will work better, or maybe I would just turn off the confetti and just keep it more simple in the blocks, and that didn't work out, so maybe I will switch a little bit the pool of colors and make it have like over 100 colors. And this is the my opus magnum kind of pattern that I came up with, and hopefully that will look beautifully when it's fully stitched. So yeah, I am excited to finally start this off, and hopefully I will continue stitching on it, and I'll have more progress to show you next week. I'm sorry, something's been wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong with my throat. I'll get better. I don't have any water with me, which is a shame. So yeah. Next thing I want to show you, it is my partner's cross stitch. So remember when I went for holiday and he wanted to try cross stitching, and I prepared him like few obstacle courses to get through. So yeah, I forgot to mention it during my last cross stitch, but he did two of three obstacle courses. So he did his name, which stitched pretty okay. The only mistake that he made, he didn't put cross stitches in the same direction. He did that all the way and just that. He just did that and that and that and that and that, and it just stitching was a little bit all over the place. Let me just pack my others because I don't want the fabric to get dirty. Keep it in this is my project bag, which is just a normal, lock bag, whatever. But yeah, I can toss it without damaging it. So yeah, I want to show you off because he did the anchor, the one that I choose as the his second project. He miscounted one side of the anchor, so it's not perfect, but I kind of like it. It is a free pattern from DMC, and every I tried to give him something simple and small, just to just for him to dip his toes in. And I really wanted to give him like a small pattern that also have a back stitching, because that's something different and a little bit more challenging for some people, and not all people like that. But just a little bit of back stitching, just to show him that there's much more to cross stitching that most people anticipate and think. So this is how it looks. Look, he did it. He did cross stitch this on his own. I did not help him at all. I just give him like some hints how to place the stitches and how to plan his road around this project. But he did great. I'm really proud, and actually I kind of want to hang it somewhere. And maybe this hoop is a 3-inch hoop, by the way, and maybe this hoop is a little bit too big for this project, so maybe I should get him some a little bit smaller, like 2-inch hoop. But I want to hang it somewhere. I don't know where, but maybe on the maybe place like WC and just put it on the door of the toilet, or just write down, you know, backstitch or black work, some letters just saying toilet. But I just want to hang it somewhere. And I'm really proud. I didn't speak with him about it, a lot. So I don't know if he really likes the craft or not, but he did it. He managed to finish it from A to Z all by himself, just with a little bit of aid of me, just how to, finish your thread, how to start, and tell him how the stitches should be laid out in just one way, So yeah, it was fun. It was fun trying to show him out, show off, what I do like doing and what I am doing in our free time when he's watching TV or playing games or reading, and I'm just cross stitching next to him. Yeah, I think it works well because actually he is planning to stitch something on his own. So yeah, maybe we'll have a new Flosstube someday. Who knows? Um, the new thing that he's planning to stitch is a gin bottle with some limes next to it and a glass full of gin. The reason behind it is because our friends are going back to States. Well, it's mainly his friends, but I know them a little bit, and we've been having, a few nights together, some drinking and playing board games. So I decided that I want to make something for them, and he jumped in on this wagon with me. So he will be stitching a gin bottle for them. I don't have the project with me, so I cannot show you what exactly he'll be stitching, but I will help him out if needed. He will still stick to Ada, which is completely fine. I would probably suggest him to go to 16 or 18 count for fabric to be more finer, because it's not full coverage. So I will suggest going to with higher count Ada, just for the fabric to look nicer on whatever piece of frame or hoop he's gonna decide to finish it on. But I'm also stitching something for them because they like board games. I tried to find a pattern that is board game related, and I failed. There's nothing on Etsy. I was so disappointed. There's things that are on Etsy or are either only Dungeons and Dragons related, and which I don't know if they played that, or they are literally boards, like whole-fledged boards of Monopoly or Ladders and Snakes or checkers or chess, which I wasn't interested at all to stitch something like that. So I thought long and hard what to do, and on what point I just thought maybe I'll just stitch the Dungeons and Dragon dice and call it board game cross stitch. But what I've decided to do is to cross stitch this little, you know, I like my foxes, right? So I decided to cross stitch this little fox here, and when the wand is just over here, I will stitch some little dice just swirling around, and I will just write something, it's board game night, or something on the bottom saying this game has a lot of rules, or something silly. I don't know yet, but I will just mix those two topics, this little wizard fox and board games together, and it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. I will figure something out, and I don't know yet what kind of fabric I will use on that, but it shouldn't take me long, right? It's just something small. They are leaving in June, so I should be fine finishing that on time. We will order our threads together. He'll send me some money for his part, and I will just order my part. And so we just pay one time for the delivery. So yeah, this is what I will stitch, and I'm sure it will look fantastically. And I will probably use one of my linens, not the ones that I want, because I recently learned that they are poor for cross stitching but good for embroidery. So maybe I will just do some embroidery someday. Maybe I should just try embroidery. I never did it. I'll be probably very very bad at it. But you know, it'll be something fun to try out. So yeah, this will be my project. This will be my new start. Hopefully in next 2 weeks I will just start it. I'll probably mainly focus on this just to have it done and have it out of the way, because I want to, you know, finish it on time, which is quite important before they go back to States. They also are in military, so they are being thrown over the world now and then. They are married together, so yeah, they like gin and they like board games. This is all I need to know. Yeah, so that's that. Next thing. So at this point I have finished with all my cross-stitching subjects that I wanted to talk this Flosstube. So if you want to do something else, or you know, watch another Flosstuber, or focus on something else, like almost an hour into my video, go for it. But now I will talk about my little music corner that sometimes I just randomly talk about. So yeah, some people have noticed, well, to be fair, maybe some people have noticed about on my Flosstube, I recently posted a playlist. I named it music that keeps me going. So I kind of did the same thing as Claire did. If you know Claire, she is my bestie now. She is my music bestie, and I listened to all of the songs that she put on her playlist. If you don't know Claire, I'm pretty sure that you know Claire. She is Stitched Lit by Claire on YouTube. And she mentioned me in her previous video, which I'm still really appreciate. I do really appreciate that you mentioned me, Claire. If you're watching it, I hope you do. So yeah, so this is my little music corner that I sometimes like to, you know, put into my Flosstube and talk about music that I like. And the reason I like to put that in, because the artists that I usually listen to are not that well known. I really take pride for seeking out artists that don't have a lot of following, but they are really good in my opinion, and they sing really well and produce music that is very nice. I said very a lot of time, I know, a lot of times now, but yeah. So let's go through my list, and um, I tried to put a little bit of songs, and they are of, of artists that I really like, but they might not be the most known songs of this artist or the most beloved songs or most popular songs of those artists. This is just a little sample just to grasp what their music is about. So starting off, we've got Aurora again, but it's actually her cover of the Beatles, Across the Universe. And I thought this is a really good take on that song, and it sounds really really nice. And if you like Beatles, which probably most people do, you should probably listen to that cover because it's just a nice real fresh take on that cover, and it sounds really really good. So if you are looking for something new around the Beatles, just go for it and just listen to that little part. Next song on my list, it is by the Well Pennies, and it's called The River. And this song just whenever I hear about this song, I just have this image of a father letting go his daughter to abroad to fulfill her dreams and pursue her dreams and own personal life, and it just uh gives me all the those nice and warm feelings in my heart. And yeah, I really do like this song, and it's a little bit on country like folk side, but it's really nice song, and I think you should listen to it. Next song on my list is by Torse, and it's called Empty Hands. So um, this song it tells story about this man that he doesn't have a lot to offer to the other person that he loves, but uh, he says that this person is his most important love of his life, and he that maybe that he doesn't have a lot to offer, but it's still something that some she should consider, and she should accept him as he is. And I really do like this song. It's just chorus is so nice, and all the structure of the song I really do like. So I would recommend listening to Thor's. And next is Patty and the Rats. This is actually a band I first heard of when I was on festival back in Poland. It was my very first festival, and it was quite a big 4-day festival full of music and people that I never knew. Uh, you know, gathering together, having fun, drinking some alcohol. Some of them did some drugs. I did not, because this is how I roll. Maybe I did. No, I'm joking. So the Paddy and the Rats, and the songs that I've chosen are "I Always See You" and "Make a Change." So it is a Hungarian band that sings in English. They sing like a sailor shanty and folk music, and I'm really into folk music, if you didn't notice yet. And yeah, on this festival there are like two huge bands that you probably already know: The Offspring and The Evanescence. So, and this band, despite being like a smaller band, really took the cake for me. They were just perfect and great, and they really put the crowd and keep them going and enjoying the music that they do. I like them so much that I actually have every single CD that they released here with me. So I've got the Rats on Board, which I like the graphic actually, and they've got some covers here and also some of their original songs, and uh, this is one of my favorite CDs. Also, Hymns for Bastards. This is another take. I'm not really sure which one is first, but these are one of the first CDs, and also have few you know covers and a lot of original songs. To be fair, their pronunciation is a little bit lacking sometimes, but that doesn't stop me for liking their music, and I would really suggest looking into them. And I've got next song, which is Tales from the Docks, as you can see. And fun fact about this CD, it was signed. It was signed for, you know, the guy signed it for me. It was just so nice thing because I contacted this because they didn't sign it in person, but I contacted their like CD shop that they often visit, and this shop was their like main selling spot for quite a bit of time, and I contacted them because there was no other way of getting those CDs, and I was just saying I'm a fan. Can I have my copy of CD signed? And they said sure. Whenever the boys pop in to the shop, we'll ask them to sign for you, and they did, and they just sent it to me here to UK, and I was just so happy. I was just so happy about it. And another copy of the CD that was signed. This is my favorite album. If you if you ever wonder which album you should listen to, it'll be this. It is Lonely Hearts Boulevard, and this is how the cover looks. It's a little bit graphic with all those hearts lying around, but this is also a copy that was signed by whole band. And yeah, I was really really happy that I got it. This copy of it's just a little bit beaten up because I borrow it to someone, and I don't like borrowing stuff because they just have the you know corners a little bit mashed, but whatever. That's why I don't like to share things with anyone. And the last album is Rio City Outlaws, and this goes a little bit more into metal, kind of hard rock sounds, which it's also signed by a few band members. Not all of them, but whatever. You cannot have everything in life. But yeah, it's not my favorite, but I I bought it to support the group because they are doing such a great job. Uh, making songs that everyone enjoys. So that's why I included them on my list. And I just put up two songs, just to. But they have a lot of songs that I really love, and I didn't want to think about it too hard which songs I would choose. I just picked two of them. Second song, "The Make a Change" is one of the newer songs. I think it'll make it into the next album, but we'll see. Next band is the Oh Hellos. So I just like few songs from that group, and I included two of them. First one is "Hello My Old Heart." It is about putting walls around your heart to protect it from the world and people that can damage it, protect it from love, uh, and finally lowering the guard and letting people into your heart. It's like inner monologue to one's heart. So if you were like talking to your heart that you're sorry that it's been damaged, and you are trying to put up all those walls around it, just protect it against the people. And the other one is Soldier Poet King, and it's like a kind of folk tale woven into a song, which I really like, and it has a nice tune to it. Something about the song just makes me going, keeps me going, as my playlist suggests. And yeah, next band I put on is Talisk. They mainly focus on instrumental music, instrumental folk music. There's just the three people playing on harmonica. They playing on like a guitar, not harmonica. It's accordion, whatever you call that. It's like a smaller accordion, guitar, and violin, and it's just beautiful. And I included two songs. One is Farewell, and the other one is Montreal. I'll say it with a flair. Montreal. I like to say like Montreal, and I really like those songs. They're very catchy and very melodical. I like to play them whenever I'm driving a car, just to have something in the background that you know keeps me going forward, I guess. The other song it is Clouds Across the Moon. It's a remix of an older song, which Claire probably should like because the songs that she put up on her Flosstube are rather older. I think she said that she's gonna put up something newer soon, so I have to go back to that list and have a look again, which I will do probably sometime next week. But I will go back. I promise. I promise, Claire. I will. You better put something up there. So, Clouds Across the Moon is a song about lady that stays on Earth while her husband flies across to Mars, and she's trying to make a phone call or like a connection with him and just talk to him a little bit. And this is a sweet song and it's remade beautifully. I like the remake much more than the original. It has been updated very, very well, and I simply love it. I love the singing, I love the theme, I love the ridiculous situation that she's in. And it's kind of sad song because she tries to not disturb her husband and say how much he misses him, and she just hoping to get reunited soon. Yeah. What's next? Next is Wild. So they're from LA, from US. This is also one of my favorite artists. Unfortunately, the problem with them is that I cannot get physical copies of their albums, and it breaks my heart because their songs are so beautiful. I often listen to them, so I decided to put in two songs from their latest album, and it's Love After Life, and the other song is Lean Into It. And they are such a beautiful songs telling about love and your connections with other family members and your close ones, your friends, family, children, especially children. And you just this is one of the bands that I would recommend to anyone, and pretty much anyone can enjoy them. um, I would really, really recommend you guys to listen to them and give them more views because they have maybe 50,000 subscribers on the YouTube, which is crazy. They are super good. To be fair, me, I'm kind of selfish person. I admit that I'm kind of selfish person, and I don't want them to blow up too big because I want to go on their concert someday. And most of the artists that I recommend, I don't want them to blow up too big because I want them to keep going and make a living out of it, what I do. but I still want them to be like this hidden gem that I like to listen. And whenever someone comes to my place and hears the song, oh, what's that song? It sounds so great. What kind of band is that? You'll never know. I'm sorry. That's so bad. Next song is by Elisabetta and it's Hero. It is kind of epic song, epic instrumental song that she sings. There's a very, very uplifting and very dramatic song, and that she wants to be a hero and invincible person, and it's a great song for jogging and running. I'm telling you that right off the bat. If you are looking for something for your running playlist, throw this in. I'm dead serious. Throw this in, and it will just push you for the next mile or two easily. If you are just struggling, you're tired, you don't know if you're gonna make it, just put that song and you're definitely gonna make it. Um, Next song, it is by Baker Matt. This is also an artist that I really really like, and it's more of a DJ than you know than anything. But I really liked his latest album so much that I actually ordered a vinyl of that album. This is Baker Matt, and he has a great taste of music and great sense of music. And I really liked the style because almost all of his music videos are animated in this style. And yeah, and I put it up one of his newer songs, Bad Dreams. And it's a beautiful, beautiful song. You should totally watch it. If you like, I'm a sucker for animated music videos. And this is animated so well. The style is very, very appealing to me. But music speaks for itself. Even if that wasn't animated, even if it was just like a lyrics video, the music speaks for itself. And I would really, really recommend checking him out. Um, he has a lot of songs that I really, really love. The only song I didn't really like it was this latest song, which is Walk That Walk. It's not my style basically, but that's really one thing that I've got against it. But if something is not my style, that doesn't mean that it's bad, right? Right. So next song is Cantus song. It's called from the Northern Lights album, and it's called Feilhem. No, it's not Feilhem. It's Northern Lights. So exactly as the album's name. It's Northern Lights. So as you can see, I've got the CD. I like them. I liked them so much that I bought a CD. So this is a chorus. So it's a Hidden Voices of Norway. It's a chorus, and Cantus is great. They did this song for Frozen 2. You know, the iconic song for Frozen 2, Vuele. I'm sure if you watch Frozen, you will immediately, you know, find out which song I'm talking about. And the whole album is in that style. I just simply love it. And they've got like one or two Christian songs like a Psalm or Kyrie, but other than that, I don't really am keen, you know, about Christian songs and songs about Jesus or whatever. I don't really mind if someone likes that, but this is not my cup of tea. But even if that's a Christian song, I really like this. I really like songs presented in this album, and it just listen to them, and you won't be disappointed. This is a great chorus or chore, how you call that? I always called it chorus. I don't know why. Maybe that's a bad pronunciation of it, but I've got the CD, so if I've got a CD, you gotta listen to them. That means they're good. And the last song on my playlist is The Chorus, Dreams. Chorus is Irish band that it's older Irish band that I think it has been disbanded for years now. But they've got, this is the CD that I've got. I think it's the greatest hits. No, it's not the greatest hits. So does it have a Dreams on it? Yes, it does. Actually, it does. So if you like folk music from Ireland and a lot of violin, and I'm a sucker for good folk music. If you know any good bands, folk bands, just send them right here. Send them right through me, to me. But Chorus are great. If you don't know them, you should totally check them out. It's an older type of band, but I really love their songs, and especially the ones that are sung in Irish. I don't know the words, but they sound so beautifully that I remember when I was younger, I discovered them and I was just play them on repeat all the time. And although I didn't really knew what they are singing about, but it sounded so magically to me, and like there are some kind of elves singing. It was just so great, and it brings back so many good memories of my childhood. So that's, yeah, that's why I would recommend. We are only 1.5 hour in, 1 hour 21 minutes. There's only one thing I want to speak. There's only one thing I want to talk about, and this is totally optional. Like, to be fair, whole this video is totally optional. You cannot click out. You can click out of it whenever you want. But I forgot to speak about it last 2 weeks ago. My last Flosstube number 4. It is about my holiday and what happened on my holiday. So, because I had those 2.5 weeks to me and my partner, I thought I will do something good for the community, for the country that I'm currently living in. So, give something from me to people around this country. Do something good. Produce some good karma. Make a good deed, and I wanted to donate some blood. For people that are living in UK and are blood donors, you probably already know where I'm going with that. So I've been a blood donor for a long time. Even back in Poland, I didn't donate a lot of blood, but I was just going once or twice a year to donate my blood, just to do something good for others. Not to show off, not to put things on social media. I started donating blood when Instagram wasn't existing and social media wasn't a thing, at least in Poland, right? No one thought about posting pictures, oh look, I'm so good, I'm so great, I'm donating blood. But it was supposed to be my 5th donation, but previously it wasn't. It was a pleasant experience. There are slight differences between countries, between Poland and UK. For example, in Poland, you don't get like a snack after donation. You can just get a coffee or tea, and you get money back for like a bus ticket. For both ways, to be fair, you get money back for both ways. And you get like 8 like full good, very good quality bars of chocolate for yourself, for donation, right? And here in England, you just get some crisps, you get some squash or tea, and some biscuits or cookies if you're from US. And that's it. But why I am mentioning that, it's because I I never been with man before. This is my first relationship with male, and I didn't knew what kind of consequences it will bring on me. To be fair, I'm not regretting that. I'm having a blast. I'm 100% committed in that relationship, and I wouldn't change a thing about it. Um, so before that, I was only with females, right? So donating blood was never an issue for me. But I try to donate blood now when I'm on relationship with a man, and it didn't really matter for them if I am in relationship, um, if I'm in monogamous relationship, how long I've been together with my partner, that this is my only partner. They only cared if I had sex with male in past 3 months. And if the answer was yes, I was immediately declined my donation. I sat there for like 20 minutes because people didn't know what to do. They didn't, because I ticked the box and I said I did have intercourse with a male in past 3 months, and they they pulled out like three different books to get through the rules if I'm able to donate or I'm not able to donate, because they didn't know. It's probably first time in ages for them to stumbled upon this problem, because they simply didn't know what to do. So finally, the lady that was in charge called another person and asked them what they should do. And they explained that I've been in monogamous relationship for over like 8 months, that he's my only partner, and um, all those things. And yeah, she said that I cannot donate any blood because I was sleeping with a man. And first of all, I said, okay, it's not your fault. You're just doing your job, which is true. They are just doing their job. They don't make the rules. But after a few days, I was just devastated, because I thought to myself, what, you don't test the blood that you've been taking from people? I mean, you can get HIV or gonorrhea or chlamydia for any individual. It doesn't have to be a male. It can be either a male, female. It doesn't matter. You can get HIV and all those you know diseases from anyone, basically, if you are not careful and you're not protected. I don't understand. It's just horrible. I felt like an outcast. I felt like I don't belong in that community. I felt awful, to be fair. I That's why I'm talking about it right now, because I didn't want to, you know, put a bad like mood throughout the video. I wanted. I usually want to, talk about cheerful things and my wins, but sometimes you lose in life, and it happens. Yeah, so I felt pretty bad. I felt like I'm not appreciated for what I'm trying to do, because my blood type is zero negative. It is quite rare blood type. I'm the universal donor. Anyone in the world can take my blood and get a transfusion. But if something happens to me, I can only take blood from my type. I can only take zero negative. I cannot take any other blood. So my blood type is very valuable. And to be declined donation like that, I felt unappreciated. I really wanted to donate and give something to the world from me, because I know that it's very hard, um, for to get my blood type. I even received a letter a few months back that I'm a first responder. So whenever I feel like donating, they will make a special appointment for me because my blood is so rare. And being declined solely because I am sleeping with a male, it was just heartbreaking for me. Apparently, before COVID, the rule was that you cannot sleep with a male individual for a year, like whole 12 months. You cannot sleep with a male. It was just mind blowing to me. It was just crazy, and they making some progress. They changed it to 3 months, but it's still, I don't understand. It's like they are not checking the blood that people are donating. Is it so hard to check the blood? I don't know why they are declining it. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, anyone can, pass the HIV through intercourse. It doesn't have to be a male on male. And to, sorry, Siri. And to prove it, I have a screenshot of the, because you get an app, you can find your how many donations have you been made and stuff like that. Excuse me. So to prove it, as you can see, let me just get closer. As you can see, my blood type and number of donations, and I've been temporarily suspended. I've been temporarily suspended from blood donation. So, for 3 months, because after my last intercourse, 3 months after you can donate. So I've been suspended for 3 months until 16th of June. Apparently, they are making some further changes to change that even further. And if they don't remove that rule, I will not be donating anymore. I'm very sorry. I've tried, but I don't want to be discriminated like that. I don't know why they are fearing that my blood will turn people gay or bisexual or what not, or pansexual or what. To be fair, I've held on to that too much and for too long. I think I just have to let it go and accept this is how the world is at the moment. Hopefully, they will make some further changes. Well, on that low note, thank you so much for watching my Flosstube, and hopefully I will see you in 2 weeks. Yeah, so take care, guys. It was, as always, it's a pleasure to post a video and receiving all the comments. I'll put down the link to Claire's Flosstube and also to my Instagram if you want to follow me there, because I will provide further updates of the projects over there, and you can follow me there if you want. And take care. Hopefully I will see you back again in 2 weeks time. Take care. Have a lovely weekend. What? Have a lovely week. Have a lovely morning or afternoon or evening. Depends when you are watching this. But take care, guys. I'll see you soon. I'll be better. I'll do better. And hopefully the world will do better. Take care. Bye. Come on, work. No? Okay, I guess I got to reach out to that.